Alright, so a little earlier I tweeted about being distracted by this edge marking program that I wrote a while back, and I decided that I should talk about it just in case someone else is curious to know what on earth I'm talking about. Back in the day when I was taking Psych 312, which is Sensation and Perception, that was like a couple summers ago actually now. I got really obsessed might be the word, but it's a different context. But um, I got really intrigued. That's the word. I got intrigued by how the human visual system finds edges in objects or in the visual field, I guess. And it does that through some really cool stuff. I don't know how else to explain it. Like it starts the edge detection starts really early in the visual workflow, and it all starts with the it actually starts in the retina. Edge detection starts in the retina, and you have all these ganglion cells which are attached to, of course, your actual photoreceptors. But these ganglion cells are attached to several photoreceptors, and depending on what the photoreceptors send to the ganglion cells, they might send to your brain an on or an off signal. And I mean, you can Google this and figure out a little bit more about what it is. But there's several types of ganglion cells. There's yellow, blue, and black, white, and red, green. And within each of these types, there's those that find that. So, for instance, if we take red-green ganglion cells, it'll if there's a lot of red in the surround, not the center of that cell, then it'll fire an on. But there's another type of cell which would be the opposite. So if it found a lot of red in the outside, it would fire an off, and that sort of thing. And there's all this neighbor deactivation stuff that goes on as well. So if one thing is on, then another thing might be off, and that sort of thing. Or so if one ganglion fires an on, that prevents nearby ganglia from firing an on, and that sort of thing. So I sort of put this into some Visual Basic code. Funny. And it's not very efficient, and it takes a long time to calculate stuff for one image, but it's really kind of nifty, and I really want to extend it to make use of the GPU and, of course, be a little bit more efficient and things along those lines, and hopefully get it to the point where I could just have a video feed and it would just edge detect on the fly. But that's asking a lot. But here's just kind of a demo of what I'm talking about. And this camera is going to be kind of awkward to work with because it's the front camera. But here you can see, I took some pictures of some Nerf pellets that I'd shot onto the floor, and I plugged it into this program, and after a couple of tweaks on the size of each ganglion and that sort of thing, so tweaks on resolution, I plugged it into this program, got it to run, and it took several minutes. But so we have the original picture here. Notice how there's a shaded area around here, and then of course the Nerf pellets here, or the Nerf rounds, whatever you want to call them. We have a shaded area over here, and then some tiles from my kitchen. So if we go to the red-green section, you might be able to see that. This is kind of hard to. Yeah, so you can see how the Nerf pellets are outlined here and here and here by that algorithm that I used, and there's a couple other spots here that are just kind of outliers essentially. And then the black-white, it didn't really outline anything here. It doesn't see anything here in black-white. All it sees is this, long strip thing, and then this little blotch here. But yellow-blue, that detects the lines in the tiles as well as these Nerf rounds, and actually with a pretty good resolution. And of course you have some outliers here too, and then you have this kind of random area over here. So if we combine these, you see the edges are, it's kind of hard to tell if you're actually seeing things or not, but you see the edges are detected by the yellow blue, and then we have the black white field that I showed you actually outlines the shaded area. So we have this lighter area around here where I guess it wasn't catching my shadow, and then we have this darker area where the Nerf rounds actually are, and it's actually showing a basic outline of that shaded area, which is nice. This is really cool. And then you have this blob over here of yellow-blue, and then of course we have the Nerf rounds, which were detected to some extent by the red-green and really, really well by the yellow-blue. So that's what excites me about this. And you know, I haven't gotten to the point where the computer is actually aware of these objects. Like, it's just marking these pixels and putting it on an image, essentially. So I'd like to extend this to do that sort of thing. You know, actually, you maybe draw a line as to where its best guess of an edge is, and things like that. But for now, like, for how for when I wrote it and for how much I knew at the time, it's pretty kick-ass, and really wish I could find something to apply to it, or some way to apply it. And I think I might be able to, but I'm not sure. So, I don't know. You guys think it's cool too? I don't know, whatever. That's cool. Later.